welcome to the fourth lecture of equipotential surface. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss electric potential due to multiple charges. Electric potential due to multiple charges. That is nothing but application of the superposition principle, right? We had seen the application of superposition principle in calculating the force due to multiple charges, right? Coulomb's law. Then second application of electric potential due to second application of the superposition principle was due to electric field due to multiple charges. And then we have the third application of superposition principle, that is potential due to multiple charges. So let us say we have been given a situation in which there are multiple charges, charges Q1, charge Q2, charge Q3, right? And all of them, they have a position vector R1, this has a position vector R2, and this has a position vector R3. I have to calculate potential, right, at a point P which has a position vector of R. How to do that? So simple it is, as per the superposition principle, right? Potential at any point is algebraic sum of the potential due to first charge, potential due to second charge, potential due to third charge, and so on. So let us substitute the values. What will be the potential due to first charge? K Q1, right? What is the distance? So from R1 to R, let us say this is R0. If I name it as R0, then from 1 to 0. So I can write down displacement vector from 1 to P will be R10, displacement vector from 1 to 0. Its magnitude only we don't have to consider the direction, as potential is a scalar quantity. Then what will be the potential due to second charge? It will be K Q2 by R20, right? And then K Q3 by from third to the displacement vector 0. If we write down this one in the summation format, then potential will be K common, summation of Qi by this one. If we evaluate, it will be R0 minus Ri, right? Value of I starts from 1 and I belongs to the natural numbers. This is the potential due to multiple charges. Then the next we have electric potential due to dipole. Again, if you recollect, right, we had find out the electric field due to the dipole. Similarly, here we will find out electric potential due to dipole. So let us say I have been given a dipole AB, right? Dipole AB, at A there is a negative charge and at B there is a positive charge, right? So if you recollect the electric field due to dipole, there were three different derivations. Which were they? One is electric field on the axial line, electric field on the perpendicular line, and electric field on any other point. Here we will find electric potential at any point, and then we will conclude what will be the electric potential on the axial line and what will be the electric potential on the perpendicular line. So let us see. So I want to calculate electric potential at a point P, and point P is located at a distance R from the center of the dipole. The width of the dipole is A. 2A. This is the width of the dipole. Now to start with the derivation, I will need distance B to P, and also I will need distance from A to P. To find out those distances, let me do some algebraic simplifications. I draw one perpendicular from B to P, right? Then let us say this point is O. I extend this OP in the backward direction. After extending it in the backward direction, again from A, I draw one perpendicular, and let us say I name this one as Q and N. So AN is again the perpendicular, right? So here let us say I have been given that B, it has a position R1 and A has a position vector R2, right? Now, as per these calculations, what is this distance OQ? If you calculate distance OQ, what it will be? Let us say this point P, it is making an angle theta with the dipole. So what will be the distance OQ? This distance will be, this is base, this is perpendicular, right? So OQ will be how much it will be? It will be OB cos theta. The value of the OB is A, so A cos theta. The value of OQ will be A cos theta. Similarly, what will be the distance OM? Distance OM will be equal to, again, this distance AO, yeah, OA cos theta, right? This angle is theta, so this angle will also be theta. So it will be A cos theta. These are the two distances we got from the geometry. Now I want potential at a point P. So what will be the potential at a point P? Potential at a point P will be potential due to positive charge plus potential due to the negative charge. What will be the potential due to positive charge? So positive charge will be K Q by R1, right? I will substitute value of R1 in terms of R. So what will be the value of R1 now? If I calculate R1 is nothing but equal to PQ, right? R1 is just equal to PQ, and value of PQ can be written as R minus OQ. So PQ can be written as R minus OQ. And what is the value of OQ? We have already calculated here, A cos theta. So it will be KQ by R minus A cos theta. So now it must be very clear to you why we have found out these values, right? We have found out these values of OQ and ON to convert R1 into this distance R. So we have converted R1 into distance R. Similarly, electric potential due to negative charge. Since we have a negative charge, I will put minus sign here. KQ by R2. Again, I will convert R2. What is the distance R2? R2, if I project, it is PN. So PN can be written as OP plus ON. OP plus ON, and this can be written as OP is R, and what is the value of ON? ON is A cos theta. So R plus A cos theta. Let us simplify this further. This will give me KQ common, right? 1 upon R minus A cos theta and 1 upon R plus A cos theta. This one, if you simplify, in the numerator it will leave 2A cos theta, and in the denominator it will give A square minus cos square theta. So this will be KQ 2A cos theta upon R square minus A square cos square theta. We know that Q into 2A is dipole moment P. So KP cos theta by R square minus A square cos square theta. This is the electric potential at any point due to dipole. Now let us say take some special cases. What will be those special cases? Special cases means that if the point P is on the axial line, if point P is on the axial line, P is on axial line. So if we take point P on axial line, what does it imply? It implies that theta is equals to 0. So if we substitute the value of theta equal to 0, what it will become? AP by R square minus A square, right? Cos 0 is 1. Again, we can put further more assumption that if the distance R is much greater than A, then we can write down potential will be KP by R square. This is the potential on the axial line. Let us say second special case, that if P is on perpendicular line or drawn on position. So at this position, what will be the value of theta? Theta will be straight line, so theta will exactly be 90 degree, and in that condition, what potential I will get? The potential I obtained is 0. That is obviously, it can be understood, right? Just simple, minus charge, this is the plus charge, and if I take point P, right, the potential here due to negative charge will be negative in the nature, and potential due to positive charge will be positive in nature. And since both are located at equal distance, they both will cancel each other. Ultimately, potential on the perpendicular line is 0. So that is the electric potential due to dipole. Next we have is electric potential energy. Electric potential energy. What do we mean by electric potential energy? So let us say in the space, if there are multiple charges, right, due to those multiple charges some energy exists. Let us say within this space I am there, so there is some energy. If one more person comes in, the energy will increase, right? The two will defend this place. Similarly, in the given space, if there are many charges, right, there will be a potential energy. So let us consider this space and I bring one charge Q1 here, right? What will be the work done in bringing the charge Q1 here? How much work will be done? 0, because there was no other charge, no work is done to bring this charge here, right? If this place was vacant, I came and occupied this place. Since there was no one, I had to face no resistance from anywhere. Same thing happened with this charge. This place was empty and this charge came in. It had to face no opposition from any other charge. Now let us say I bring another charge Q2. I bring another charge Q2. What will happen? What work will be done? Obviously work has to be done to bring this charge Q2 at this position, right? The work done will be given by potential due to first charge into this second charge. So what will be the potential due to first charge? Due to first charge, potential will be kq by r. So what is the position vector of this? I can write down from 1 to 2, right? 1 has a position vector r1, 2 has a position vector r2. So kq by 1 r2 and q2. This is the work done to bring the second charge. This work done appears in the form of a potential energy of the two charges. This work done appears in the form of potential energy of the two charges. Let us see if I bring in the third charge. If I bring in the third charge, what will be the work done? The work done to bring the third charge has to face opposition from the first charge as well as from the second charge. So what is the opposition this charge Q3 faces from the first charge? It will be potential due to first charge at this point into the value of the charge, and again the opposition from the second charge will be potential due to second charge and the value of this charge Q3. Let us evaluate. So this will be K, Q1, Q3 from 1 to 3. So I can write down displacement vector from 1 to 3. Then K, Q2 by from 2 to 3, right, and Q3. So this is the work done. This work done appears in the form of potential energy of the three charges. Similarly, if you bring the fourth charge, right, if I bring the fourth charge, what this potential energy will become? It will become K Q1 Q4 by R14. Then 4 has to face opposition from second charge also, so 2 4. Then fourth charge also has to face opposition from the third charge also, so Q34 and R34. This will be the potential energy if I bring the fourth charge also, Q1, 2 and 3. Yes. So this is the derivation for the electric potential energy. What will be the SI unit of electric potential energy? Whatever it may be, since it is an energy, it has an SI unit of joules. Thank you.